Look, there is a quiet art to small game hunting that most people completely miss. They think pest control is just a chore, or that you need some cheap semi-automatic to spray lead downrange. Honestly, that is just sloppy. When you're out there in the crisp morning air, trying to clear a barn or stalk a squirrel, you do not want noise. You want absolute silence. You need a tool that delivers surgical precision, the kind of accuracy that drops a pest instantly without waking up the entire neighborhood. We're focusing on the craftsman tools today. Here are the 7 best bolt-action rimfire rifles of 2026, specifically chosen for the hunter who values one clean shot over a magazine dump. Starting our list at number 7, we have a tool that is arguably uglier than a mud fence, but works harder than a farm truck. I am talking about the Savage Mark II FVSR. Listen, when you're crawling under a porch to clear out a raccoon infestation, you do not want a museum piece that you're afraid to scratch. You want something you can bang against a support beam without crying about the finish. I saw a guy drop his Mark II into a muddy creek bed, pick it up, shake it off, and immediately drill a bottle cap at 50 yards. That is the kind of grimy reliability we are dealing with here. Under the hood, this rifle features a heavy, fluted barrel, which keeps the weight down to just 5 pounds, while remaining stiff enough for consistent barrel harmonics. But the real magic mechanism here is the AccuTrigger system. Most factory rimfire triggers feel like dragging a heavy piano across a gravel road, but not this one. It uses a central safety blade that must be fully depressed before the sear releases, which allows for a featherlight pull that snaps cleanly like a frozen carrot. You can safely adjust the pull weight down to 2 pounds right at your kitchen table without a gunsmith. The barrel comes threaded from the factory, so you can slap a suppressor on it and turn the report down to a polite cough that will not spook the neighbors. But let's be real, there is a massive deal breaker you need to know about. The factory stock on this rifle feels like cheap Tupperware plastic. It's hollow, it feels like a toy in the hands, and the comb height is way too low for a decent scope without adding a riser. You are paying for the barrel and the trigger here, not the furniture. The damage to your wallet sits around $300. It feeds on standard velocity lead nose ammo and stacks rounds on top of each other all day long.
Stepping up the game to number 6, we have a workhorse that was born to live in a truck cab. I am talking about the Ruger American Rimfire. Listen, if you already own a 1022 semi-automatic, you are practically obligated to buy this rifle because of one genius design choice. It eats the exact same rotary magazines that you probably already have lying around your shop. I saw a guy on a squirrel hunt recently who forgot his magazines at home, but he just borrowed a spare 1022 mag from his buddy and kept hunting without missing a beat. That kind of logistics compatibility is a lifesaver when you are miles away from civilization. Under the hood, this rifle features the power bedding integral bedding block system. Most cheap rimfires just screw the metal action directly into the plastic stock, which causes shifting and wandering zero. But this system uses stainless steel V-shaped blocks molded into the stock to lock the receiver down tight while allowing the barrel to free float completely. This means when you rest the forend on a fence post to take a shot, the pressure does not warp the barrel and throw off your aim. The trigger breaks cleanly like snapping a thin glass rod, giving you excellent feedback. But honestly, there is a deal breaker here that drives me crazy. The bolt throw on this rifle is not smooth. When you cycle the action, it sounds and feels like a cheap zipper on a winter coat. It has a raspy, gritty texture that takes thousands of rounds to smooth out. If you are looking for liquid smooth operation right out of the box, this might annoy you. The street price for this utility tool sets you back around $400. It eats .22 long rifle ammo for breakfast and asks for seconds.
Coming in at number 5, we are swapping out the old guard for a brand new contender that just dropped for the 2026 lineup. I am talking about the CVA Cascade Rimfire XT. Most shooters ignore CVA because they think they only make muzzle loaders, and that arrogance is making a miss out on one of the most versatile pest control tools I have seen this year. I saw a guy at the range last week running this rig with a suppressor, and it was so quiet that the only thing you could hear was the bullet slapping the steel plate at 100 yards. Under the hood, this rifle features a fluted barrel finished in tungsten Cerakote. This matters because that fluting cuts down the weight while increasing surface area for cooling. And that Cerakote layer means you can drag this thing through wet grass and mud without waking up to a rusted nightmare the next morning. But the real tactical advantage here is the magazine well. It feeds from standard 10-round rotary magazines compatible with the 1022 platform. This is a genius move because it means you can share mags with your semi-autos and you never have to hunt for proprietary, expensive magazines. The action feels decent, locking up tight like a bank vault door. But listen, I have to be honest about the deal breaker here. The stock is a molded polymer with a removable spacer system, and frankly, it feels a bit hollow. When you tap on the buttstock, it makes that cheap drum sound that reminds you this is not a $1,000 custom rifle. It works fine, but it lacks the solid, dense feel of a high-end composite stock. This is a solid tool, but wait until you see the absolute laser beam sitting at number 1, which makes this stock feel like a toy. The damage to your wallet is reasonable, usually sitting around $400. It eats bulk ammo without jamming and slings lead with serious authority.
Now we get serious, stepping up to number 4. Sound off below if you think you need to spend a mortgage payment to get a sub-minute of angle rimfire, because this tool is about to hurt your feelings. I am talking about the Savage 110 Trailblazer. I took this rig into the deep woods of Appalachia last October, tracking gray squirrels through terrain that would snap a lesser rifle in half. I slipped on a mossy rock and slammed the stock right against a granite boulder, and the zero did not shift a single inch. Under the hood, this rifle features the updated quick-set dial system. Most stocks require you to unscrew the recoil pad to change the length of pull, which is a pain in the neck when you are in the field. But this mechanism uses a tool-less locking wheel that lets you instantly drop the comb height when you switch from a high magnification scope to iron sights for close-range brushwork. The trigger pull is crisp, breaking cleanly like a glass icicle falling on concrete. But here is the truth. There is a deal breaker that you need to accept. The magazine fitment is slocky. When you seat the mag, it wiggles around inside the well like a loose tooth. It feeds fine, but that rattling noise can give away your position if you are stalking hyper-alert game close up. The damage to your wallet is sitting right around $550. It feeds on high-velocity hollow points and cycles them without complaining.
Entering the elite tier at number 3, we have a rifle that feels like cheating when you carry it into the deep woods. I am talking about the Bergara BMR Carbon. Listen, I have hauled heavy walnut rifles up steep ridges until my shoulders felt like they were on fire, and it makes you sloppy when you finally spot game. But this thing,
It feels like it is made of helium. I took this rifle on a 10-mile scout through the Rockies looking for grouse, and honestly, I forgot it was even slung over my shoulder half the time. Under the hood, this rifle utilizes a carbon fiber-wrapped steel barrel. This is not just for looks. By wrapping a thin steel core in rigid carbon fiber, the barrel stays incredibly stiff for accuracy, but sheds heat faster than solid steel, and it keeps the total weight down to a ridiculous 5 pounds. The trigger is a Bergara performance trigger, which breaks cleanly like snapping a crisp cracker in half. This is a solid tool, but wait until you see the monster at number 1, which redefines what a rimfire can actually do. But here is the brake dealer you need to know. The magazine release lever is extended way too far. It sticks out like a sore thumb in front of the trigger guard. And if you're pushing through thick brush or crawling in tall grass, it's very easy to snag it and accidentally dump your magazine into the mud. For a woods rifle, that's a design oversight that makes me nervous. The street price for this Featherweight sets you back around $600. It feeds on high-quality match ammo and slings lead with boring consistency. Closer to the crown at number 2, we have the rifle that single-handedly retired the old guard of rimfire shooting. I am talking about the CZ457 Target. I saw a guy at a local silhouette match last summer clear an entire rack of steel chickens at 40 meters in under 10 seconds with this thing, and he looked bored doing it. That is the level of surgical efficiency we are talking about. Under the hood, this rifle features a 60-degree bolt throw mechanism. Most older rimfires require you to lift the bolt handle 90 degrees to cycle the action, which puts your hand dangerously close to your scope and slows you down. But this system shortens that arc significantly, allowing you to cycle the bolt lightning fast without your knuckles ever grazing the optic bell. It means you can keep your eye glued to the scope and watch the impact on the target while you load the next round. The trigger is fully adjustable for weight, creep, and over travel, breaking cleanly like a frozen twig snapping under a boot. But look, I have to be honest about a deal breaker that really grinds my gears on a rifle of this caliber. The bottom metal and the magazine well are made of plastic. When you're holding a rifle with a beautiful wood stock and a heavy steel barrel, feeling that cheap polymer trigger guard just feels wrong. It works fine, but it feels like putting plastic hubcaps on a luxury sports car. The damage to your wallet sits around $700. It feeds on premium match-grade ammo and stacks bullets into a single jagged hole.
And finally, we arrive at the king of the hill, number 1. Most shooters think that to get a rifle capable of putting 5 shots through the same hole, you need to mortgage your house and buy a custom Anschütz. That used to be true, until this monster showed up and ruined the curve for everyone else. I am talking about the Tikka T1X MTR. I have seen seasoned competition shooters sell their $3,000 custom rigs after shooting 1 magazine through this factory rifle. It is that good. Under the hood, this rifle features a cold hammer-forged crossover barrel. This is the secret sauce. Tikka uses the exact same steel and manufacturing process for this rimfire as they do for their centerfire Sako sniper rifles. The barrel profile is a hybrid, heavier than a standard hunting pencil barrel to soak up heat, but lighter than a full bench rest barrel, so you can actually carry it in the woods without needing a chiropractor. The action feels like it is running on ball bearings, slicker than oil on a glass pane. The trigger breaks cleanly, snapping instantly like a dry peppermint stick, giving you total confidence in the shot. But look, I have to be real about the one thing that keeps this from being absolute perfection. The magazine is ugly. It's a chunky piece of plastic that protrudes from the bottom of the stock,
and it ruins the sleek lines of the rifle. It functions flawlessly, but it looks like a cheap aftermarket part stuck on to a premium machine. If you can get past the looks, this is the most capable tool you can buy for the money. The damage to your wallet is sitting around $650. It eats anything you feed it and asks for more.
Here is the bottom line. You do not need a cannon to dominate the woods. You need precision, you need silence, and you need a tool that works every single time you pull the trigger. Whether you grab the budget-friendly Savage or the surgical Tikka, stop making excuses and get out there. Train hard, stay safe, and I will see you downrange.